So I call the meeting to order at 7:32. Welcome to the municipal land use meeting, November 18th. We are doing an electronic Zoom meeting. And I have a statement that I have to read. Members of the public may submit written comments in advance of this meeting, which we read during the public portion of the meeting. Written public comments submitted prior to the meeting must identify the name and address of the commentator. No anonymous comments will be accepted. Written comments may be submitted via email with the subject line public comment to the municipal land use clerk Ed Alter at EALTER@riveredgenj.org or by mail address to Ed Alter, Municipal Land Use Clerk, Borough of River Edge, 705 Kinnicamack Road, River Edge, New Jersey, 07661. Emailed comments must be received at least 8 hours prior to the meeting. Mailed comments must be received by 4 p.m. the day before the meeting. If you would like to make a public comment during the meeting, please press the raised hand button on your Zoom or by dialing 9 on your phone or keypad. The board will address you by name or by the last 4 digits of your phone number. The board will unmute your microphone. You must state your name and address prior to making a public comment. You may also mute and unmute yourself by pressing the microphone icon on the Zoom or by dialing *6 on your telephone keypad. Also, the annual meeting notice submitted by the Record and the Ridgewood News by the Borough Clerk must include the Zoom dial-in and login information for all scheduled remote meetings for 2021. So, and I'm also going to say that the proper notice of this meeting has been posted on the bulletin board of Borough Hall by the Record and the Ridgewood News and those who were entitled to same. There's no fire exits. We're going to bypass the flag salute. But I do want to reaffirm that this meeting is being recorded for the purpose of creating a public record and so forth. Ms. Finley, roll call, please.
Okay. Mr. Mayor?
Present.
Okay. Mr. Arkelian?
Yes.
Ms. Boland? I think she is absent. Mr. Bartoloni? I think he is also absent. Mr. Merman?
Here.
Mr. Grasso?
Here.
Mr. Cray?
Here.
Mr. Caslin?
Here.
Councilman Kinigo?
Here.
Mr. Gibbons?
Here.
Mr. Esposito? I believe he is absent.
For the record,
Okay.
we have 8 voting members present, so we do have a quorum. And as I said earlier, hopefully we're going to be through an early meeting. First, we have the approval of the minutes for October 7th, 2020. Any comments from the members?
I just have one, Mr. Chairman. It's a typo on page 3, the last paragraph. Just have to change me from a Ms. to a Mr. from the first line.
Okay. Are there any other comments?
No.
Okay. I'd like to entertain a motion to accept the minutes for October 7th, 2020.
As amended, Merman.
And I have a second.
I'll
Second, Gibbons.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposing, abstain? The motion passes. Then October 21st, 2020. We have those minutes, right? We got those. Did we get those the other day?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So any comments on those? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved, Mike Craig.
Go to second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain?
I don't think I was at
Abstain.
that meeting. I would
I
say
was
abstain.
abstain.
Okay.
I was absent as well, I believe.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Our first memorialization is for Yokov Seamus, 230 Kensington Road, block 707, lot 24. That was an approval that we did at the last meeting. And do I have any comments? I have a motion to memorialize 230 Kensington Road.
So moved. Mike Ray.
Do I have a second? Marina, roll call, please.
I'm sorry, who's the second?
All right, Merman second.
Dick Marmon. Yep.
Okay, Mr. Mayor was absent that meeting, the same with Councilman Kinigo. Mr. Arkelian,
Yes.
Ms. Boland is absent tonight. Mr. Grasso,
Yes.
Mr. is absent. Mr. Cray,
Yep.
Mr. Merman,
Yes.
Mr. Caslin,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons was absent that night, and Mr. Esposito is absent tonight. And the motion passes.
Thanks, everybody. All right, next up is actually just a motion to carry the application at 17 Elizabeth Street, block 1407, lot 3. They were coming in for a proposed two-family dwelling, required a D variance. The attorney asked for a adjournment and for it to be carried until 12/2. So I would like a motion on that to carry that forward.
So
So
moved.
many, Mr. Chairman. Dick Merman.
Mr. Caningo and Mr. Papa and Mayor Papaleo, Councilman Caningo can't vote on this.
I'll second Gibbons.
Okay. Mr. Arkelian,
Yes.
Mr. Merman,
Yes.
Mr. Grasso,
Yes.
Mr. Cray,
Yes.
Mr. Caslin.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
that will be heard at the next meeting.
I'd like to entertain a motion to open to the public.
Oh, we have one other resolution on the agenda tonight.
Why am I not seeing that? Oh, the master
Um,
plan. I'm sorry. Okay, that's for to adopt the 2020 master plan reexamination, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you remember at the last meeting, we went over, 2 meetings ago, I believe. We went over this. We had to have it adopted for timing for the borough. And now we have formal adoption of the resolution for the 2020 periodic reexamination report of the master plan and development regulations. Any comments from anybody? Do I have a motion to accept this? Was that
So many, Dick Merman.
Dick Marmon? Do I have a second?
I'll
Second
second it.
Gibbons.
Chris?
Mr. Caslin, Mr. Gibbons cannot vote on this because he was absent at the last meeting.
I think this was 2 meetings ago. I was at a meeting where we discussed this.
The master plan reexamination.
I thought it was, unless it was discussed at the meeting I missed as well.
I think we adopted it at the last meeting.
Okay, then I missed part of the conversation. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, let the record show Mr. Bartoloni has joined us. Good evening, Al. You're on mute.
There we go. Good evening.
Good to see you. Okay, Al, at this point, we're just adopting the master plan that we approved at the last meeting.
Okay.
okay, so I have a motion by Mr. Merman and a second by Mr. Caslin. I'll do the roll. Mr. Kellyan,
Yes.
Mr. Grasso,
Yes.
Mr. Cray,
Yes.
Mr. Merman,
Yes.
Mr. Caslin.
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Bartoloni was absent at that meeting, same with the mayor and councilman.
At this point, I think we should just have a motion real quick to open to the public, just in case there's any public comment, even though I don't see anybody. Have a motion open to the public.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Same. Anybody from the public here? I don't see anybody, Michelle.
There is no one.
Motion to close to the public.
So moved.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstain? Okay. All right, we have a few applications in the hopper. I'm not sure what I'm gonna be able to do for December. I'd like to try to cut it down to one meeting if I can, but the schedule is starting to get a little busy. So I will work with our clerk to see what we can do about that. Does anybody else have any comments, concerns, questions? None of the applications have any significant are significant, except for possibly the D variance for the, I think he's gonna come back in with an amended application. So we'll deal with that as we get to it. And of course, as a reminder, Councilman and Mayor, D variances can't be heard by you guys. I'll let you know ahead of time, so you're not stuck on here.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, I will enter, I want to thank Councilwoman Kaufman, as I always do, for helping us out. Thank you. I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, and I wish you all safe and stay healthy, please.
Yeah.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved. Gibbons.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstain? Have a great night, everybody. Again, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thanksgiving.
Aye.
Aye.